month ahead, March 2015. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. According to the Gregorian calendar, March is the month named after the Roman god of war we normally refer to as Mars, ruler of Aries and Scorpio in classical astrology. There are a variety of action-oriented archetypes in astrology, encompassing both male and female gods and goddesses from various cultures around the world, but the unifying theme is change through action and directed will. In the month of March, we reach the end of the road of personal and collective growth represented by a 2-year square dance between Pluto in Capricorn and Uranus in Aries. If you have made an effort to germinate and conglomerate all of the seeds of wisdom into a beautiful garden of self-knowledge, the last exact square on March 15, 2015 will serve as harvest time for all of your hard work. Within a week of the big event, the sun will move from Pisces to Aries on a new moon solar eclipse ingress that falls upon the equinox and jumpstarts a new astrological year of action and change. The Merkaba butterfly emerges from the cardinal chrysalis. As quickly as the cardinal cross closed a 2-year journey with Saturn in Scorpio through the underworld of self-reflection, everything we learned while incubating in the cocoon of growth has prepared us to shift from crisis mentality to chrysalis insight and emerge from our own chrysalis strong enough to fly with a sense of sovereignty and autonomy. Since we had a new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio on October 23rd of 2014, this semester between solar eclipses neatly ties up a lot of personal challenges that were slowing us down as a collective. In March, you can expect sudden and shocking changes in how you apply your imagination to your most important objectives, communicate more effectively in your relationship, and which choices and actions will help you to start bold projects that will keep you inspired until they are complete. Meanwhile, many of you will have to learn to accept ambiguity when it comes to choices. You will find that balancing the tug-of-war between water of water mutable Pisces and fire of fire cardinal Aries produces a lot of hurry up and wait anxiety that will repeatedly test your patience. This is the space of transition where the infinite imagination of Neptune fuses with the one-track-minded Martian will to manifest magical solutions against all tangible and statistical odds. The struggle of duality, confrontation versus escape, the push of Neptune, Chiron, and Mercury as they swim through the Piscean waters of imagination, magic, and escape serve as a reminder that small heroes master their enemies and big heroes master themselves. We slip forward from Piscean compassion and wisdom into outspoken Aries in its provocative and adventurous nature for yet another choice. This freedom of choice underlines the struggle between two opposing approaches in life. This choice helps us to develop the insight to understand that we can approach our lives as sword-wielding gladiators or as compassionate and patient crones or sages. Either choice we make will reinforce the idea that we will survive or thrive as long as we remember that all choices lead to growth and not all aggressive approaches empower you. The High Definition Full Moon in Virgo, March 5th, 6:05 p.m. Universal Time. The full moon in Virgo at the beginning of March will help us to reflect on the events of our journey and redirect our experiences so that any pain is transmuted into gain. This Virgo energy will help direct the fire trine energy between Saturn in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Leo, along with Mars, Venus, and Uranus in Aries in a structured way that will set March 2015 apart from the last few years. Jupiter in Leo still remains retrograde, so be careful not to overcommit to projects or people. Be aware that Saturn stations retrograde within 48 hours of the big cardinal cross, so don't feel put off or disparage challenges If your focus or aim gets a little shaky, please continue to push forward even if all seems lost. Unexpected and shocking moments may be just little tests disguised as a detour. The big moment takes place on March 17th at 2:53 a.m. Universal Time when Uranus hits 15 degrees 18 minutes 4 seconds Aries, forming an exact square aspect to Pluto in Capricorn. Mars starts banging on the proverbial gong a few days before our cardinal chrysalis opens by forming a conjunction with Uranus and Aries within hours before making a square aspect with Pluto in Capricorn. This tense aspect may give you the feeling that your guests have arrived to your party before you have showered or made hors d'oeuvres. Simply consider the various times in life when a challenging event arrived before you felt ready. Usually, the situation wasn't half as bad as you imagined it would be, and it was over much faster than you could have ever hoped for. So don't focus on controlling all the details. Just be okay with the cosmos co-creating the timeline with you. You may discover that some really good things are in store for you this year. Just check twice to make sure that you still have on all of your clothes, just in case. The I Ching, Year of the Goat, number 8, the gift of the Cardinal Cross. Since this is the year of the sheep/goat, we may find greater fortunes in balancing retreat, perspective, and strength. This is not giving up. This merely represents the three choices of maiden, mother, and crone, or son, father, and sage. The youth represented by absolute yang, son, and maiden, is all about power. The age of the crone and sage helps you to apply your knowledge in a wise, constructive manner. And the in-between state of the mother-father is all about the axis of balance we see playing out between the microcosm of self-awareness and the macrocosm of community duty and responsibility. The social, political, and economic discord happening globally upon Earth has inspired many to look within and awaken. Cancerian inventor Nikola Tesla has now reemerged as an unsung hero due to his efforts to create a utopian society by providing free energy for all. While the shadowy hand of the entitled and greedy money masters won the first round, Tesla's contributions to humanity are proof positive that the truth will eventually come out, and the momentum of that which serves the greater good will always eventually prevail. The many people that now wish to live off the grid and escape GMOs is just a small example of this shift in humanity's consciousness. Answering the call to action? In 2015, there is a much better understanding of the relationship of wealth inequality, the centralized banking system, fractional reserve banking, and a monetary system that perhaps fails the majority of beings on the planet. March serves as the proverbial tower card for the Tarot for 2015. This year symbolizes the last chime or ring in Uranus's cosmic wake-up call for humanity, a wake-up call that has been ringing since 2010. In the Book of Change, known as the I Ching, 2015 is considered thunder over sky. This is known as number 34, Great Power. Great power for the month ahead grants us the power to succeed in spite of difficulties, an idea that is coherent with the dueling square dance of the last few years. It's time to answer Uranus's wake-up call, but consider not being nervous about the choice that you make, as you will learn and grow in a way that benefits yourself and others if you stay focused on manifesting a positive outcome. Transmutation and Transcendence, the gift that keeps on giving. The Strength Lust card symbolized in the numerology of 2015 supports the courage you have earned from your experiences and expands in sync with Jupiter and Leo beyond the horizon. Except that you can now conduct and transmute the shockwaves of change as long as you think you can. As a being of light, you absorb and emit energy. The less resistance to dynamic shocks, the faster you become a superconductor, absorbing less self-victimizing negativity and emitting a higher octave of creativity and positivity. So look at this 7 cycles of exact squares as a cosmic tuning fork that helps make you more nimble for the road in front of you by fine-tuning your humanity on the dynamic spectrum of human development and cosmic consciousness. The new renaissance, called the Age of Enlightenment, is now. Now is a great time to question and define which things in your life motivate you, what your potential is for career, family, or love, how you communicate, do you respond, or do you react? What gives you energy and encouragement? These are just a few things to be considered in the month ahead.